What were we going about?
Nazis built the pyramids,
The
the
Nazis
aliens started the Holocaust. It's just...
We're talking about serial killers today. They're ghosts.
It's only going to get worse from here. You remember back when everybody was doing all those fucking stupid trends of like licking toilet bowls and eating Tide Pods and all that kind of shit?
I remember the Tide Pods, but I don't know about the toilet bowls.
Oh my god, yeah, they were licking toilet bowls. They were fucking like...
We can't really talk too much shit because ours was a spoonful of cinnamon.
Yeah, well, that's...
You can't swallow a spoonful of cinnamon. Did you know that?
Yeah, well, no, I'm still waiting for my challenge to take trend, okay?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My challenge, the wood chipper challenge, see if you can make it through in one piece. I mean...
Don't do that. Don't do that. Don't put that message out there.
Well, you know what? If they're going to be stupid enough to do all the other stuff, they might as well just see if they can actually be... If you are victorious in this, I will give you $1 million in Monopoly money,
But you gotta film it so that we know you made it through.
Yeah. And if you don't post it, then it didn't happen.
Exactly.
But you can't have somebody else record it for you. You have to record yourself.
Jumping into the...
Has to be straight up POV.
Yeah.
Has to be something that I could be like, Pornhub, make sure that this does not get on there because it's going to be too graphic for your viewers. Welcome, everybody, to The Calling Couple. I am your host, Gage, along with my beautiful, wonderful side co-host, main star.
I thought you were going to say a side bitch of some kind. I was like, what the fuck? Was that like, I am your side bitch?
Yeah, because my right hand's my main bitch.
Yeah, it's been there it's been there for you longer than me, so yeah, it would be.
Commitment. Loyalty. But no, this is my
It's never jerked off anybody else but you.
It really hasn't. Not that I know of. Linda, we're talking later. No, this is my beautiful co-host, Sage. Don't look at me like that.
That's my grandma's name.
Oh my god, never mind.
That's my grandma. Well, I ain't my grandma. And it took weeks because she's absolutely humongous.
Oh my god. Well, that was the longest introduction we've done in a long time.
I'm sure you'll cut some of that out.
Oh man. All right. So, what the fuck are we calling about today?
Reboots,
remakes,
sequels we need and sequels we don't need.
Oh god. You know what? Yeah, I'm right there with you. It's fucking ridiculous.
Disney needs to cool it. They doing too much.
No, Disney needs to fucking be creative. Stop working on your fucking theme park and come up with some good fucking films. Like,
they're just recycling old material.
Well, yeah, because it's like, oh, you know, I mean, how many times has Peter Pan been fucking remade, redone? How many times has Pinocchio been redone? How many times has Beauty and the Beast been redone? And I'm talking worldwide. I'm talking storybooks and all that kind of shit. Like, give us something else. There are millions of other fucking ideas and stories that you could use.
Well, I'm just talking about how Disney keeps remaking their movies. I don't mind if other studios come in and make their version of it. But when you've already done it, and then you're like, you know what? I know I already made this movie, but I'm just going to make it again. When it's like, that's so unnecessary. You've already made it. Let somebody else play with it, you know? Mm-hmm. Or if you're going to, at least do a sequel instead of a whole remake. Because if it was a good movie at first, and that's why you're doing this in the first place, why not just make a sequel instead of a remake?
Well, okay. That's because sometimes you don't need to have a sequel to a movie. It can be good on its own.
Yeah, I agree. But I would rather see a sequel than a fucking remake. Sometimes. Some of them are good.
Like what?
Well, damn. They threw me under the bus like that.
I mean, I guess Terminator 2 is a good example.
That's a sequel, not a remake.
Yeah, the sequel was better than the first one.
Oh, you're talking about sequels? Tell me a good one.
Yeah.
Okay.
Avatar 2 sucked. It was not near as good as the first.
It was not as good as the first one, but it was still good. And it wasn't Disney.
Yeah, it is.
Avatar is not Disney.
Then why the hell is it on Disney Plus?
is Disney? I thought it was James Cameron.
That's who created and directed it, but doesn't mean that that's the studio that fucking made it.
Oh.
And honestly, it's just
shit.
fucking Pocahontas 2, The New World.
Speaking of shitty sequels that nobody needed.
Garbage Patch Kids 2. Or Garbage Pail Kids 2. Never needed that fucking sequel.
Never seen either one of them.
Didn't even need the fucking original.
I've never
the
seen
Garbage Pail Kids movie.
I've never seen them.
It was so fucking horrible. It is one of the worst films to ever be created. It is so fucking.
I don't even know what it is.
It's oh god. I'll have to show you some clips of it because
I don't know if I want to see them.
Oh god, it's so cringy, so fucking cringy. Oh man. Let's see, like how they're wanting to make another like a sequel to I Am Legend.
I think that's fan made. I don't think that's actually happening.
Yeah, but no, people are actually talking about that. Like they really want that to be made, and I'm just like, why?
No, we don't need it.
You really don't. The first one was just beautifully done. It's been too fucking long. That's the thing, though. Is like if you're gonna make a sequel, don't wait forever. Don't fucking take forever to make it.
Well, see, that's the thing, though, is that they end things, and then the fandom comes back, and they're just like, man, we really wanted a sequel. We really wanted more. All that kind of stuff. And then they wait years and all that, and then they're like, well, I mean, there is enough clout for it. Maybe we should go back and do it. But I hate it when they wait this long to do something. And it's like a year after the first one, when in reality it's been 14 years. It's like, dude, make it 14 years ago. At the first one, like when the first movie came out 14 years ago, make this sequel 14 years later, at least. Don't make it a year later. Don't make it like just right after it fucking happened.
Yeah, I mean it's just like
because that just feels stupid. Like, why do you take that long in the first place then to make it?
Well,
it just happened.
That's also with the whole like Star Wars sequels. Like they kind of went with that of like, okay, it's been so long since the fall of the Empire and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
And they try to add that in there, even though they were just fucking garbage through and through. But
no, they weren't.
No, honestly, if they were to make the sequels, they should have made it back right after Revenge of the Sith. That way, you still had a younger Mark Hamill, Harrison Ford, Carrie Fisher, Peter Mayhew. You had all the main people that were still young enough to come back in and really give a good fucking sequel series. But
I thought we had decided that if they were going to do a sequel, they needed to do one that had nothing to do with the original characters at all.
Well, yeah, but I'm saying, like, if they were going to go and use the original characters, they should have done it while they were still younger and in better health to do some sequels and take their time with it and all that. Because those films were just fucking rushed. They were rushed. It wasn't like when George Lucas actually had the helm of them, where he would take several years to put these things together and make sure that everything was coming up right, and also rewrite the script during it to be like, oh, well, I don't like that, let's change this a little bit. Like, that's how we got the most famous fucking line of all, I am your father. That was a fucking on-the-spot rewrite. I mean, so he took his time with that shit. So, but this isn't a Star Wars one, by the way. But it
works.
It's very relevant.
It works for the topic.
It's very relevant.
Yeah.
But no, I mean that's where I look at it, is like if you have sequels in mind, go ahead and start working on them as soon as possible. Make it to where it is still feasible, to where if you want to continue it later on, or to continue the series or films and all that kind of stuff, you have the actors still young enough to carry it on. Like it's one of those, like, you don't need to keep it to where, oh yeah, well, that movie was made 20 years ago, so now I'm going to try to redo it. Like, okay, great example. Like I said earlier, Terminator 1, or 1986, I believe. And then, which was kind of confusing.
The first one?
Yes, because...
It wasn't confusing.
Yeah, no, because from that one to Terminator 2, the timeline for me was a little fucked up.
Why?
Because she apparently had this kid, and I think it was like 1984. Let me see what year it came. Terminator. So, like, the original Terminator came out in 1984, right? That's when it was supposed to be based in, of 1984. Well, then all of a sudden you get Terminator 2, Judgment Day, that was released in 1991. He's supposed to be let's say 12, 12, 13 years old.
84 to 91.
Yeah. And then, which, I mean, okay, they didn't really give you a time frame because all they say is it's present day.
Yeah.
And it's like, well...
Yeah, it's their present day, not our present day.
No, I get that. But if you're going to say present day in the movie, you're giving the audience the mindset that it's happening right now when you say present day. Yeah. Instead of saying, okay, it was 1984, now it is 1995. Oh, okay. But the reason why you don't do that is because if you're trying to put it as close to realism as they were trying to do in those films, you can't see what was already being done in that time. Mm-hmm. So it kind of makes it harder. Now, I don't know. I don't know.
I can get that it jumps forward because those movies are, like if you watch all of them, every single one of them they've ever made, the years don't make sense at all.
They really don't. But like
that's how the Terminator movies work because it's a time traveling movie. They're time traveling.
No. I get you there. But like, if anything, you could have made it better to where it was like, okay, this is. They said Skynet took over in 1997, right? So you could have made it.
With every movie that changes, the year they take over changes.
I was just meaning from the first one to the second one.
Okay.
That was the only inconsistency that I had an issue with. Other than that, I fucking love those movies. Now, here's where I had an issue with it. They went from 1991 to 2003 to make another film. That's a long time to come out with Dark Fate? Rise of the Machines. And I remember seeing that one in theaters, and I was like, because I
the third one.
Yeah, because it came out when I right around the time I just turned.
Where'd you get Dark Fate?
Where the fuck did I get Dark Fate?
That sounds like a Batman movie.
I don't know.
There's a new one out, by the way.
What?
A new Batman movie. Another Doom.
Oh.
Yeah, Doom.
Okay, so let's not.
Okay, let's go back. Sorry.
Let's not get
rambling. Sorry.
So what I'm saying is like, when you try to use Arnold Schwarzenegger as the T-800, and he's aging, and he's looking older than what he did, like 1984 to 1991, that's not that far off. So you could actually work with that because he didn't look that much older, and it wasn't that long of a distance of gapping in the movies. But when you get almost over a decade, you get 12 years later, yeah, he's looking a little older, a lot rougher and shit. So it's kind of hard for you to be like, yeah, it's the same T-800 and kind of feel and shit like that. And then of course they're just like, well, no, it's a different T-800 and shit. But what I'm meaning is that you waited too long to come up with the sequel. Plus, James Cameron had nothing to do with that film. He didn't want nothing to do with it. It was going off of fan fiction stories and stuff like that, which is like, okay. I absolutely enjoyed like Terminator Salvation. I thought that one was so good. Everybody fucking knocks it, but I'm like, dude, that movie was great.
Why? It's like one of my favorite movies. I love that movie.
Well, and they did it tastefully.
I think so too.
Because they gave you older John Connor.
Mm-hmm. That is why I liked it. It was because it was post-apocalyptic.
Yeah, the war's been going on for a while.
Like they never stopped it, but they decided that they couldn't stop it, but they could
survive it,
fix it. Yeah, they could survive it and do the whole war thing and all that kind of stuff.
Mm-hmm. And I liked it. And then they also had where a lot of companies, the scientists and government and stuff like that have those secret projects, and all of a sudden you get this guy who's like an android. It was like, hell yeah, like I love that concept. Mm-hmm. Like if we can have fucking liquid metal that can reform and shape them back into something hard and then go right back into liquid and shit, like come on. Now don't get me wrong, the T-1000, fucking, yeah, that thing was badass.
I like your gun.
What?
I bet you do, baby.
What? No,
that. Remember the girl?
No.
Oh.
No.
I don't know her name.
No, the T-1000 was Robert Patrick's.
Oh, the runner. The runner. Yeah. He's a track star.
Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Big Duty.
No. No, she was hot though. She was definitely a robot I'd fuck. But so no, I mean that's what I'm saying. It's like they just took too long on fucking coming up with the sequels that it was really difficult to really.
That's why they fucked the timelines up so much.
Yeah, but the thing is if you're gonna have him be a robot, come on.
Which one was it where John Connor ends up getting possessed by Skynet? Or they send the nanobots inside of him and they send him back in time.
My God, Genesis.
Ugh, that one, I can't stand that one.
I can't fucking stand that film. The last one that James Cameron did, Dark Fate. That was the one that was Dark Fate. That's the newest one.
Oh, was that the newest one?
Yes, that is the...
With Old Man? Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, and they brought back... oh, God, what's her goddamn name? Jane Cameron's ex-wife.
Who does she play?
She plays Sarah Connor.
Oh, okay.
They brought back Sarah Connor, the original actress. And
I know I do love her, and I like that she was in it, but I hate that her storyline was that they did kill John.
Yeah. Well, that was the thing, though, is he was also going into the touches of... he was touching on the fact that even though you stop one reality...
Yeah.
Once you mess with that reality, everything changes.
That was kind of the point of all the movies, yeah.
And that was the thing, is like, we were supposed to go into that future. That was our timeline. That was what was supposed to happen, no matter what.
Yeah.
But since we changed and altered it, a new timeline had to be formed, and that means the person who was supposed to be the savior there could not be in this one. Mm. And that's what I'm saying, is like, people fucking knocked it. And I'm like, dude, I absolutely loved the concept of it. I just didn't...
Is that the one with the female Terminator?
Yeah, no, she's not really a female Terminator. She's an enhanced android.
Oh, yeah, she's what the dude from the Salvation was.
Or cyborg. She's a cyborg.
Like the guy from...
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she's from that Salvation timeline.
Well, that she was supposed to be...
Because cyborgs were there then.
Well, yeah, because that's what he was. But the thing is since John Connor was killed, everything got alternated. All timelines... Or that timeline was destroyed, so now it's gotten more into a boasted technology age.
I think it's funny though, because we're going on a Terminator tangent real quick, but you kind of knew Judgment Day, the shitty one.
Whoa.
No, not Judgment.
Fuck you. Judgment Day was the best one.
Is it, okay, not Judgment Day then. The one.
Rise of the Machines.
Yeah.
Or Genesis.
The third one.
Oh, the third one? Yeah. Rise of the Machines.
Okay, so in that one, the Terminator chick got sent back in time to take out all of his second-in-commands because they realized that they can't take out John.
Right.
So they realized that John wasn't the only one that was important.
Right.
That it was all of his other people that were important too.
Well, it helped slow it down.
Yeah. So, in that timeline where John does get killed as a kid, all of his second-in-commands are still important. So, Salvation timeline still exists because all those people still exist.
Well, Salvation actually changed because in Salvation, all his second-in-commands that were killed aren't there. So, he would have won this war a lot sooner. But since they were killed, he had to have new people in charge. And that's why when they, as you see during that film, he's having a hard time fighting the commanders and all that kind of stuff because they don't care, because they don't believe in him. And that's where if his second-in-commands were alive, they would have been the ones in charge of that shit and would have gone through with anything that he would have said. So that's where it does affect it. The fact that she killed all his second-in-commands did affect the outcome of the future, where he had a harder time being a leader that he was supposed to be.
Oh, I think I want to have a Terminator marathon today.
You can do that. I got things I got to work on today.
I gotta go to the store.
But so besides the Terminator films, I was just using that as a reference point of like.
Oh, we talking about Terminators today.
But what I was meaning is like, don't take, if you're gonna have something in mind of a sequel, or if you're thinking like, yeah, we should do a sequel, do it as soon as you can, with taking your time of giving us a good story to it. Don't just rush it, but give us enough time to where you can use that actor. Like, great example, the Indiana Jones trilogy, the first ones, where they were bam, bam, bam. And they were great stories. They were a lot of fun. And it was still where he was young enough. They didn't wait too long to actually fucking make the films. And then when they came out with Crystal Skull, he was a lot older. And it was kind of like, oh, this is a little ridiculous. But
be 100%. I don't really like that movie. I like it, though, because it's got Shia LaBeouf in it, though.
Yeah, but
I think he did amazing as being a young Indiana Jones.
Nah, I can't wait to see the new one. I'm not going to say I'm not going to see it.
Yeah, but Shia LaBeouf's probably not going to be in it, so I give a fuck.
He's not.
Well, okay, then.
Shut up. That's because you're not an indie fan. But yet again,
I'm not.
Sorry. The originals were made by somebody who takes their time with their stories and their movies and stuff like that to put out good quality stuff. Not everything that he's made has been great, but he's put out some good shit. American Graffiti, just saying. Great film, never needed a sequel.
There was a sequel?
No. Okay. Said there never needed to be a sequel.
It sounds like there was one that we didn't need.
Nope.
Okay.
Are you and your girl out enjoying a magical day of hunting? You guys cuddling to stay warm and things begin to heat up? Well, keep yourselves protected and covert by using the Camo Condom. This product is ribbed for her pleasure. They come in a variety of different camo patterns and colors. They are also scented with different animal sprays so you don't alert your trophy mount of what you are doing. With these Camo Condoms, Mother Nature will never see you coming. Enjoy your rut without bloating her gut.
And coming soon, the Dental Dam Targets. Become a better shot with your partner with this new line for women.
Get your orders now. All products can be found at your local Bucking Reels.
Going back to Disney, though.
Yeah.
I am sick and tired of their fucking re-washing the same shit that they're doing.
Yes. It's like, we don't have any ideas. We already made these animated movies. Let's live action them. They just keep remaking them. And they're doing Princess and the Frog right now. And Hunchback of Notre Dame.
So fucking stupid. And I also seen the list of the actors they chose for The Princess and the Frog.
I just saw the one they did for Hunchback of Notre Dame. Not bad selection, I'll be honest. But Princess and the Frog, on the other hand.
Okay, Princess and the Frog. One, Lion King live action sucked balls.
Yeah, so why are you still doing it?
Yeah, compared to the fucking animation. The animated film.
Yes.
But like you really did not need to fuck with that, because even the fucking Broadway show was fucking phenomenal. Like a phenomenal fucking thing. It was selling out seats for many years. And then it's like, okay, let's make it into a live action, and it fucking sucked. Like, yeah, okay, you got James Earl Jones to come back to be Mufasa, great. But the animals didn't look anything close to what they would in the real life world. The fucking, you added way too much and took too much out to keep it to where it was like anywhere close to the original. And it was just absolutely garbage. I fucking hated it. Like, I honestly hated it. I've hated every single live action they've done so far. And I'm just like, come on, man. If you got something that's good, leave it the fuck alone. Mulan, fucking hated it.
What? I actually thought that was decent.
It was okay, but I still hated it. It did not... Like, when I was thinking, okay, they're going to bring in Mulan. Great. That's awesome. They're just going to bring the entire thing that they've done already and just put it in a live action.
You know, change the whole thing.
Yeah, they changed the whole fucking thing. There was no Mushu. All right? I needed the Mushu and Cricket.
I heard that was because it was culturally insensitive.
Shut the fuck up. People need to quit being so goddamn sensitive about shit, because you know what? It's when you are insensitive is when people find humor and appreciation for their culture as well.
Well, in that case, why are we so mad about St. Patty's Day? It's just funny. We're supposed to find humor in it.
Don't get me started
I'm
on that.
just saying.
No.
I'm just saying that you said that's culturally insensitive.
Look, all I'm saying is that if you're going to turn something live action that you've already made a shit ton of money on, that has already been a fucking classic, because honestly, if it's that so insensitive, why is Disney Plus still have it on their fucking platform?
I agree. They have little warnings before the movie, though.
They better fucking not.
They do. All of the animated movies all have culturally insensitive warnings. They said instead of taking them down, though, we went ahead and put this warning.
Then why the fuck couldn't you give me a live action Mushu? Bring Eddie Murphy back in, have him fucking voice Mushu again, and fucking boom.
Because they were not aware of...
Oh, yes, they fucking were.
I mean, they were, but they didn't realize it was such a bad thing. But now they do know that it's a bad thing to be culturally insensitive, so they can't make it again.
Then how the fuck are they going to make Hunchback of Notre Dame?
I don't know. It's about to be really, really... Like, that movie is so fucking, like, racist. Like, I don't know how they're going to...
Bible-thumping Catholics.
Yeah. That's exactly what it's about. It's about taking out the the native Roman gypsies there and stuff. That's a slur word.
That and
if they say gypsy in that movie, I'm gonna be so mad.
Well, that and the fact that you're gonna make fun of somebody's deformity.
I was gonna look it up real quick. But...
Like how?
Oh, guess who plays him?
Who? Jared Padalecki.
In the in the live action Beauty and the Beast. You know, Gaston's friend.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Oh, Olaf. Olaf plays. Yeah, is gonna play him.
I like him. Yeah. But
I was like, oh, that's a good choice. He is fucking hilarious.
Well, because he's a hell of a singer too, so yeah, it works out very well.
And that's Quasi's biggest thing is that he can fucking sing, man.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he was deformed as a motherfucker, but
he can sing like a motherfucker too.
But that's the thing though. It's like, okay, so if we're gonna be culturally appropriate on fucking making your live actions and shit, then why would you choose a movie that is literally based on hating somebody for their lifestyle?
Yeah, don't remake that movie. It's insensitive. Don't make it.
Mm-hmm. But that's where I'm just like, if you can make that movie, but you can't give me a fucking Mushu.
Just give me a talking dragon. I mean, speaking of talking animals, I think
Raya was fucking great.
No. Okay. So you know how they said they can't be culturally insensitive, right? Mm-hmm. Then why does the Little Mermaid still have
Sebastian?
He's culturally insensitive.
Yeah.
Because he's making fun of Jamaican people.
I don't know. I mean, like, yeah, I get it. Like, okay, we wanted to make Ariel black.
I'm cool with that.
That does not fucking bother me.
They didn't have to fuck up
because
all the animals, though.
They made Nick Fury black, and Samuel L. Jackson as Nick Fury has been one of the best cast selections for that, hands down.
Hell yeah.
So that shit does not bother me. My thing is you already had it perfectly done in the animated film that you didn't need to bring it to live action. You really didn't. Like, we all saw y'all's fucking attempt at a Broadway musical of collaborating all these different movies into one. We saw the live-action musical of Little Mermaid.
It was good.
Fucking sucked.
I thought it was good. I like musicals.
No, well, yeah, but everybody fucking hated it. Everybody was just like, this...
I don't remember anybody hating it. I thought it was good.
You only watched it because you like Ursula. But everybody else...
Queen Latifah knocked that shit out.
Oh, yes. Queen Latifah was the shit. But the thing is everybody else did not like it. They were just kind of like... I could have just watched the film and would have been done with this a lot faster than this musical.
I don't remember that. You must have read that somewhere else.
I remember reading or seeing people bitch about it on Facebook when it was coming out and shit.
We have different algorithms on our social medias.
And I sat down and watched it with you, and it was just like the fucking movie. So I was like, why the fuck did you even need to do this? I mean, but that's all I'm meaning is you don't need to fucking reboot it if you got something that's already good. Red Panda, hated it. Did not care for Red Panda.
Oh, I fucking love that movie. You go fuck yourself. That movie's great.
It's just not.
I like to gyrate, Mom. Oh, God, stop it. That movie is fucking hilarious.
Although I'm not a teenage girl, so
Exactly.
I just...
It wasn't for you.
I know. Yeah, well, where's the next generation of Pinocchios? I want those rebellious little boys that were just like, yeah, fuck my parents.
They keep remaking fucking Pinocchio.
I know, but I'm not saying I want Pinocchio. I want a different story.
I know, me too. I would like one for the boys. For the boys.
Oh no.
I'm so
now
sick
we're
of the
coming
fucking.
Off sexist.
I'm coming off sexist. Disney all makes movies. Okay. Disney is sexist because they want all little girls to be those perfect little princesses. So they keep making princess movies.
How many times are we going to have Cinderella redone? Like, good God.
I don't know.
Yeah, it's fucking stupid. There's never going to be a Prince Charming that comes and saves you. There's never going to be a magical witch that cursed you. Like,
I don't know about that.
How about you guys stop living in your fantasies and just get out and live? Like, live life. Quit having people tell you what you should and should not expect out of life and just fucking live it.
Well, movies are to escape your reality and go into a fantasy world in your head.
Now,
so I agree with movies. It's just entertainment and you're supposed to live your life based off them.
Okay, that's a good way to put that. Don't live your life based off of it.
Yes, don't live your life based off movies, man.
But something that you just said that I'm like in total agreement with is when people go to a movie and see this movie that's supposed to be completely a brand new story, a brand new telling of something and all this and that, and they're just like, that fucking sucked. That was ridiculous. That's not like how it was in the comics, or how it was in the book and all this and that. And it's like, does it really fucking matter
It is
that
really
much?
for it. Yeah. Well, then what? Okay. You can't.
I am a contradicting motherfucker.
You are, because you're like, I agree with you, but also I'm just like, that's kind of not the point you just made a second ago. Because you're like, if they're gonna do it, they're gonna need to be it this way. But then when other people bitch about it, I'm all like, geez, man, it's just entertainment. Like, you need to pick a side,
okay,
sir.
no, what I'm
Get off that fence.
Okay, so here it is. Disney, come up with some new material. Quit fucking remaking the shit you already have. Actually put some fucking effort into giving us some new stories, because guess what? There are billions of books out there that have some good stories in there that you could choose from. You guys used to be fucking creative.
What?
We had dinosaurs, we had Treasure Planet, we had all these different, like Atlantis. We had all different kinds of fucking stories coming out when we were kids.
Yeah,
but
where's
now
my Treasure Planet sequel?
But what I'm saying is, like, now there's no more creativity. It's just, hey, we're just trying to get as much money as we fucking can, so let's just remake this, or let's reboot this. Don't fucking need it. So that's what I mean on that one. Now, when I'm talking about when we go to see a movie or hear anything like that, people are just like, well, I didn't really care for it, because, like, especially comic book movies, Jesus Christ, people, it's not gonna be exactly like what was in the fucking comic. Alright? Like, yes, that's a great source material, but be happy with what you got, because it's still fantasy. It's still fiction. It's still escape from your reality. That's what drives me up the wall. It's like, people are so against it that they can't escape into their mind for a little bit to use their imagination and be lost into what the story is being told.
Yeah, it's just about, in the entertainment of it. It doesn't have to be accurate. It doesn't have to be culturally acceptable. It's fantasy. It's not about culture.
Yeah.
It's about a fantasy.
I get lost in Pornhub all the time from the stories. I'm telling you.
I'll be honest. I have watched a few and I'm just like, I just kept watching it because I was just like, we're just going.
Although there are some of those that do need reboots.
Porns?
Yeah. Rebooties.
Rebooties?
Yeah.
That's what they're going to call
Yep.
porns that need to be redone.
Yep.
Rebooties.
Yep. You're gonna take some shit from back in the day and be like, A Star Is Born, A Whore Is Laid, and just fucking remake it like several times.
Oh my god.
Because I remember back in the day there used to be like Booty Camp 3 and Booty Camp 8 and all that. Like they had sequels. They had sequels.
You need to quit knowing the name of porns.
I still got them.
Oh my god, no.
I still have them hidden away.
You gotta see the DVDs.
I do.
Oh my god.
Oh, I do. I still have them collected from my teenage years, and people are just like, listen to this right now, like, Jesus Christ, dude, it's on your cell phone. You know what? Maybe sometimes I need to go back in the past a little bit.
Put a disc in.
Yeah, I just need to be like, fight with the title menu and try to find that right spot without using my finger to scroll to it. The orgasms are nostalgic.
I want to watch a good movie.
But no, so that's my thing, is like, how many times we've heard people like, I hated that movie because it was just this and that, and we're just like, really? That was fucking, it was...
I hear it from you all the time.
True.
And I was like, you cannot deny that.
True. Okay, so like how we were watching the Punisher review, the film The Punisher, and how people were knocking that film.
Yeah, the movie, not the TV series.
Yeah, the 2004 film. And how people were knocking that. And I'm just like, that movie was good. And they're like, that was not the fucking Punisher. Da, 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 da. And I'm like, oh my fucking god.
You those comic book thumpers.
Yeah, them fucking comic book nerds, they need to calm the fuck down, because what they're forgetting is that there's multiple universes. Alright, there are
okay, I'm not going into the multiple universe tangent, because we do that almost every fucking podcast, I swear to God.
No, we don't. But all I was saying was that you can't be mad at everything that comes out. Get lost in the story and just enjoy it for what it is. Not tear it down because it wasn't exactly what you truly wanted, but try to enjoy it for the way it is. And I know what you're probably sitting there thinking, well, you own Star Wars. Fuck you, I had my right on the Star Wars stuff, alright? That shit was fucking crap, alright? That was just cash grab, fucking sell seats, sell tickets to seats for kids to come in and buy more merchandise. They were merchandising.
That's what all movies are. All movies are to make money.
Yeah, but the thing is Star Wars is all about merchandising. Like Mel Brooks did in Spaceballs. It's all about the merchandising. You got the Spaceball t-shirt. You got the Spaceball lunchbox. You got the Spaceball flamethrower. Kids love that one. But no, I mean, so that's my thing. But you got a lot of people that do hate a lot of good materials that for people that want the sequels will never get them because how much haterage
I like it.
how much haterage there is against the film that was released to where like if me and you enjoy it we're never going to get a sequel because so many other people fucking hate it and it's like
It's so true.
it's
Like we have,
but
we
get
our taste
fucking,
is like this.
yeah, but then we get crappy ass fucking
Playing
sequels.
footsie with me under the table.
I am. Then we get crappy ass sequels like the Twilight Saga, the Hunger Games.
No. Well, I don't know if those count. Those are a whole other genre. That's books. You know, that doesn't count as a good. Like they had to make them all. They had to because all the books were made. So I don't think that counts as making sequels we didn't need. They did need them because of all the books. So I don't think anything based off books counts.
Well, if that's the case, then I'm gonna make a whole fucking film saga of just the urban dictionaries, encyclopedias.
Like every word.
Be like, hey, they're based off of books. We are gonna make them, and we're gonna go spot on to what's in there, and every single word's gonna have a scene and description of and a display of what the word is supposed to be.
Yeah, you don't read enough books for me to be like. I was gonna ask you like, what books would you want to see made into movies?
Skank.
I don't know what that is.
Hustler.
Oh, well, there is a movie based off on that.
You're right. People versus Larry Flint. That was a great fucking film. Good fucking film.
I was like, there is one like that.
Yeah, but it's not based off of. It's not really based off of the book. It's based off of interviews and shit like that. But.
Well, that's not a book. It's a magazine.
I'm just saying we didn't really need those films, those sequels, and all that kind of stuff. You could have really wrapped it up into a smaller, maybe 2-film series instead of.
Well, they wanted to fit as much from the books in there as possible.
That's
the point of making movies based off books.
Well, and then of course they don't do it right because every time I see that shit, they're just like, that was nothing like what was in the book. Okay, comic book nerd.
First of all, anyone who reads the books of anything, the movie's never going to be like that. Because where is that book at? It's in your head. Well, the fucking director doesn't know what you're imagining. So they're just reading the book and doing what they are imagining. And this is what they imagined when they read it.
Love and Chocolate.
Blood and Chocolate.
Whatever. That one that you love so much.
You know what they didn't do? They didn't read the fucking book is what they didn't do. They're like, werewolves. Got it. And then they just made their own shit. Like, what's the characters' names? They said, it's about werewolves. Okay, check. What are all the characters' names? Listed all the characters' names. Check. So we have the name of our characters, and we know what it's about. It's about werewolves and these people. And then they just wrote their own fucking movie on it. It didn't even go off the plot of the fucking movie.
Nope.
I'm still gonna be mad about it. I'm so fucking mad about that movie. That's something I would go to jail for. Whoever fucking wrote and directed that fucking movie, stab him 1,000,000 times in the face.
Yeah, but here's the thing. I never read the book, so if I watched it, I probably would love it.
You would, actually. You would.
See, but you are being the prime example of what I'm talking about with these comic book nerds and shit.
Listen. At least those movies have the same plot as the books. This didn't even have the same plot as the book. The characters weren't even who they were in the book. They just had their names, and they weren't even the person in the book. They just were random ass characters that had the same name as somebody in the book.
Look, Queen of the Damned was probably the best one out of all of them. Like, straight up.
I've never read the book, so I wouldn't know how close it was.
Oh, I don't know. What? You never read the book?
I didn't ever read any of the Anne Rice's books.
I thought you were one of the fans of them.
No, I should. I probably would love them. But no, I never read them. That's why I was asking you if there was any books you would want to see made into movies, because I was going to say all of mine. Okay, so you went porn, right?
Well, yeah.
So one of my favorite authors is Laurel K. Hamilton and her Anita Blake Vampire Hunter series. Those would be porns. Let me just tell you right now, if those got made into movies, it would be porns because there is way too much pornographicness going on in them books.
Look, I've got an idea.
And that's literally the story plot of most of them.
I've got an idea. Helen Keller going to college.
I think there is a movie like that, but it's not like
I'm talking about like right now in today's.
I'm
of like,
pretty
hey, we're gonna take
sure-
you to a frat party,
No, stop.
and then you're gonna like have so much fun. Next thing you know, she's being penetrated in all holes, and she has no idea where it's coming from because she's blind and deaf.
Didn't they ever do that on Family Guy?
I think so.
Where like she's talking to her friends and the teacher comes in. And they're like, "Hello, Helen."
Yeah.
They're like, oh, stupid bitch, I can't send her. Anyways, what were we talking about?
Yeah. That'd be a hilarious porn, though.
That would be a Helen.
That'd be a Keller porn.
That would be a Keller porn.
All right, so let's get our minds out of the gutter for just a little bit.
They don't come out of the gutter.
Okay, well, we at least put our hand up for a dollar change or any of that, like we're hobos on the street for just a second.
You see, I want to tell you something funny.
Uh-oh.
That saying, get our minds out of the gutter, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm just like, wouldn't that make our minds elevated because gutters are on your roof? But I've never realized that they meant street gutters.
Yeah.
I'm just like, the gutters are already above your head, so you're already above yourself. I don't know. I always imagine house gutters, not street gutters, when people say get your mind out of the gutter.
Mm. Yeah, but even if you mean house gutters, it's always clogged and filled with nasty, dirty shit.
I'm cool with it.
Uh-huh. Me too. Me too.
That's the story of my life.
We talked about Disney doing remakes and stuff like that, and if you're going to do sequels, to kind of fucking do it as soon as possible or change the story enough to where you have a different character and all that kind of shit, so you're not trying to use the same actors and all that kind of shit.
You know how, like, everyone's got really tired of princesses always needing to be rescued by princes. And so, like, we need a movie that's not like that. That doesn't put princesses, like, at being so, like, dainty and vulnerable. So they make Frozen movies. They make Brave. They make Moana, right?
Mm-hmm.
I want a Prince movie. I know Aladdin was like, well, Aladdin, that was about him. Yeah, but Jasmine is the popular princess in that movie.
Mm-hmm.
I want... You know how, like, Brave didn't have even a prince in it? Like, Frozen, yes, it was about the sisters.
Mm-hmm.
But technically it did have a prince in it still, and they did have, Sven. Wait.
Well, Merida...
Kristoff. They had Kristoff.
Well, Merida was supposed to be annulled with one of the 4 or 3 princes.
Yeah. What? Oh, well, they weren't even a part of the movie,
But
though.
they weren't. They were mentioned, they were there, but they weren't
were, like, off,
actually in the film.
They were, like, off on the side. They weren't character in the movie. Like, Kristoff was. Hans was. They were characters in the movie. Merida did good. Like, it was just about her. Like, Moana did pretty good, but she did have, Maui.
Yeah, Maui.
Jesus, why can we not think of his name?
Maui, wowie.
Okay, so anyways, Moana still had Maui.
Mm-hmm.
So technically that doesn't, I mean, it does count, but it doesn't.
Yeah, but he wasn't a prince, he was a demigod.
I don't know, but he's still a male character that was, like, in the princes. Like, you know, characters, certain types of characters.
I have no idea where you're going with this.
There needs to be a movie about a male character that's in a princess's shoes. Like...
A transgender.
No! Come on. I mean, like, a coming-of-age story for a prince, you know? And him, like, going off on some kind of fucking adventure like the princesses always do. I'm making air quotes.
King Arthur?
That one's been made. I do. If one more fucking King Arthur reboot, I will throw this podcast to the side.
That hurt my ears.
Good.
But now you see what I'm saying. Alright, you seeing what I'm saying.
I've been seeing what you're saying. I'm just saying I want a freaking Prince movie about a soft little boy coming to age and becoming a man.
A Mayan?
Yeah, we have all of these women, like these little girls becoming strong, independent women.
Did you like straight hustle and flow talk right there? A Mayan.
Yeah.
It's hot out here, Mayan.
Yes, give me a coming of age story for a boy. But, like, you know, princess style. Like, every time they come out with one for boys, it's always, like, modern-y. like modern day boys.
Mm.
But when they come out with princess type movies, it's always like back in princess times, you know?
So, like, Shrek.
Yeah, but that wasn't fucking Disney.
No. But it was great.
It was. But it wasn't really a coming of age story because Shrek was already a man.
Well, you can say he was a man, but he wasn't a man yet. He was still a selfish teenager that had just been so isolated that that's all he ever fucking knew until he was bestowed this adventure that he had to go on to become a man. And by becoming a man, he found friends and love and all that to become an actual man.
In my coming of age story for my prince, I don't want him to find love. I want him to find himself.
Mm-hmm. Well, and that's what he found, was the fact that he enjoyed other people. Yeah. He wanted acceptance. Yeah. That was...
Okay. So you know how Moana has Maui, but there's no love connection at all, right?
Right.
Because Maui looks at her like a little 8-year-old princess.
Mm-hmm.
For my coming of age story for my prince, I want it the same way. Where it's like a knight trying to prove herself.
Mm-hmm.
And all that kind of stuff, but she's like never actually made it to knighthood because, you know, gender equality doesn't exist back then.
Mm-hmm.
But she like says, I'm going to prove myself by going and finding the prince that has either run away or been kidnapped, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And so she goes off and all that kind of stuff, and then the whole quest is them just trying to get back home. And like they go through all this shenanigans and all that kind of stuff. And it's like the whole movie is going to be about misunderstoodness. But like I'm not what the world has put on me. Like, he's going to be a soft boy, but he's supposed to be a manly prince, right? But he's probably like 12, and so he's really soft and scared, and he's been under his parents' protection his whole life, so he's never fucking seen the world.
Mm-hmm.
This girl has been struggling her whole life to prove herself, and her daddy was a knight, he died, blah, blah, blah. Something sad like that. Crap, you know, right? But she's older. You know, she's going to be more like the same age as his mom or some shit.
Mm-hmm.
There's going to be, of course, he's a prince, so there's going to have to be a dragon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be like a really nice talking dragon.
Oh,
like,
God.
they don't slay me, you know, something funny like that. Then you can have your fucking talking dragon, you can have your fucking Mushu back.
Wait, you're basically describing Dragonheart.
Yeah, something like that. But like a Disney version.
Oh, okay.
There is one, what's that one cartoon movie where it's the two-headed dragon and a boy with a sword? What's that movie? It was really good. It's very similar to what I'm talking about. I'll look it up later. Or unless you guys know, leave it in the comments for me.
Yeah. So let's talk about some of the new movies that are coming out.
No, I wanted to talk about what we want to see. And that's what I want to see. What do you want to see?
What do I want to see?
By Disney. I know you want to see a porn movie, but I'm saying Disney.
I was just about to say Faye Reagan in my bed. Like,
my God. Okay, fine. What movies are coming out that you...
Honestly, what I would like to see from Disney is them to actually just fucking be creative. That's it. That's really all I want.
You don't have a specific thing you want to see?
No, I really don't. I like when they come out with something creative. Like, Pixar is actually fucking crushing it. Like, Inside Out, fucking great. Like, the films that Pixar are coming out with are fantastic.
Do they do a Puss in Boots movie?
No, that's DreamWorks.
I like DreamWorks.
Oh, I love DreamWorks. DreamWorks is great. I love Wet Dreams too. But no, I mean, I just wish they would be a little bit more creative instead of just doing the same old, and just slapping a new cover on it.
They come out with a new Elements movie. That looks pretty good.
Yeah, but that's still Pixar.
Oh, I thought that was...
They're the same studio or the same branch, but they're two different studios. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, like,
so
come on. The fucking Toy Story franchise has been the best fucking franchise that I've seen in a long time.
You know, like, I'm so tired of seeing Toy Stories movies. Well, I'm tired of seeing Buzz and Woody. That gang.
Yes.
But there are still toys all over the fucking world.
Mm-hmm.
Keep coming out with Toy Story movies.
Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't mind that at all. But get away from Andy's fucking toys.
Are you on the same level I am, like with my Star Wars stuff? Like,
yes.
Change it up? Like, it's okay to be in the same universe?
It's okay to be in the same universe, but get off the main characters.
Yeah, build us some new ones and stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
it'll be perfectly fine.
Oh, man.
I mean, like, in the last Toy Story movie, when they were at the thing, look how many toys we ran into.
Mm-hmm.
Look how many toys. Like, I'd love to see the backstories of some of them goddamn toys. I know they've been coming out with some shorts lately about like Toy Story shorts and all that kind of stuff. Like Forky's got his own little thing going on.
Mm-hmm.
And like after the third one, the dinosaurs had their own short that came out. It was pretty good. It was almost a movie. It was so long. About like that dinosaur toy set, and it was they didn't know they were fucking toys. I was just like, oh, that's really good. That's like one of my favorite shorts.
Oh yeah.
Do you remember that?
Yeah.
And like Woody and Buzz went to go save Rex because he joined them
Mm-hmm.
and all that kind of stuff, and it was Rex and the Triceratops girl,
Mm-hmm.
and they were like totally like enjoying being part of this dinosaur world and all that kind of stuff, and then they slowly realized that they didn't know that they were velociraptors, weren't they? They were like a bunch of velociraptor warriors.
Yeah.
And they didn't know they were toys.
Yeah, I remember that.
And they were being ruled by pterodactyl dinosaurs. Toys. That's fucking good, man. That was good. I was just like, this is exactly what I meant. And then Buzz and Woody came in, and I'm just like, oh, okay. That's fine. But yeah, that's what I mean. I mean, they can come up with something. Like, if they can do those, if they can do that dinosaur one, they can come up with a bunch of other toy movies. Is Toy Story called Toy Story, or is it called A Toy Story?
This is called Toy Story.
Okay, well then every movie after this should be called A Toy Story.
Yeah, like a Star Wars.
Yeah.
Hey there, are you an avid hunter or a fan of fishing? Well, come on down to Buck and Reels and get all your hunting and fishing needs. We've got guns, camo, bait, apparel, boats, and ATVs. Even if you don't hunt or fish, but you want to look like you do, we have a whole line of big bitch selection. You can fill your house and vehicle with items to let people think that you are an outdoorsman without getting your hands dirty. So come on down today to Buck and Reels, where our prices are so low, we'll have you saying, for Buck and Reel?
So some of the new movies that I want to talk about that I am fucking just absolutely excited for.
Okay.
Now, I know how I give people, or I give a lot of franchises shit, but I enjoy, like the James Bond franchise. I enjoy Mission Impossible franchise.
I loved Mission Impossible.
I fucking love
I
those
like
films.
those kind of movies, Dan. I won't lie.
And I am so fucking ready for the newest one coming out later
like
this year.
Dead something, right? Mission Impossible Dead something.
Yeah, the new Mission Impossible Dead Reckoning Part 1. It's like, oh.
Yeah, it's our letting you know there's going to be another one after that, you know?
Mm-hmm. And it's like, even if this is going to be the end of the franchise, it's just like they could do the same thing with 007, where it's just a code name. It's not even that particular person.
You know what would be hilarious? A crossover.
The people have talked about that forever, but I highly doubt it's ever going to happen.
It's also a different timeline.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, well, it's different timelines, and it's also different kind of scenarios and shit like that. But no, I'm so fucking ready for that one. What was something else that was coming out that we were like, ooh, 65 million years ago. That looks pretty good.
It's called 65.
Well, 65 million years ago.
No, it's just called 65.
Well,
the name of the movie is 65. But we know it's because it's called 65 million years ago.
Yeah. Well, with Adam Driver and shit, I can't wait to fucking see that. That looks really good. I mean, that looks like some fucking Planet of the Apes kind of thing.
Yeah.
And I'm like, hell yeah.
Planet of the Dinosaurs.
Well, yeah. Which also for MUFON fans and stuff like that, and UFO folks,
Okay.
how we're finding shit in our Earth and all that kind of stuff. That kind of could explain how we got so advanced stuff
so
back
quickly,
in the day. Yeah.
It's because we shot people through wormholes and they ended up in the past.
Mm-hmm.
That would make sense. Someone needs to come out with a movie for that, for the pyramids.
That's a good theory. So yeah, 65 looks really good. What else was there? Super Mario. Or Mario.
Is that not out already?
I'm not sure. If it's not, then it's about to be. But I can't wait for that because that...
Yeah, it looks good.
It looks good. And people are already knocking it.
People are already knocking it.
I'm like, dude...
Like, he don't even have an accent.
So fucking what? So what? So what? He's an Italian plumber created by a Japanese man. Come on. It's going to be better than the Super Mario Brothers movie that came out in the 90s, okay? Like...
There was a what?
Yeah, with John Leguizamo and the guy from Who Framed Roger Rabbit, Dennis Hopper and all that. Like, it was fucking it was horrid.
Oh, no.
But it was still better than the Garbage Pail Kids movie.
I have to look this up. I probably couldn't watch it though because
no. You fucking hate cringe, and oh god.
Okay,
yeah,
no, thank you.
You can't handle my stupid spoof movies I watch. You would not be able to handle that at all.
Okay, I'm already cringing.
You know what I would love to see though as a sequel? Basketball 2.
For what?
With the way the sports franchises are going right now, it would be great to have a Basketball 2.
What would you want to see in Basketball 2?
I would let the creative minds of Trey Parker and Matt Stone come up with it. But you gotta have Troy Duffy to come back in to fucking help direct it. Got to. Yep. Oh man, what was some of the other movies? Like, of course, I can't wait for the miniseries Marvel Secret Invasion.
Yeah, Secret Invasion. That sounds good.
Mm-hmm.
Although, I thought the shape-shifting people were good guys. I thought they were on Fury's side.
Oh man,
why are they the bad guys now?
There's a whole comic book series. That was actually a part of a lot of the Marvel stuff.
Well, I know they were bad guys in the comic books, but I thought Captain Marvel. I thought Captain Marvel, the movie, had made them good guys, so I thought that's what we were going with. But now all of a sudden, Secret Invasion has them bad guys again. Well, I'm like, what are we doing here, people? What are we doing?
I guess we'll just have to wait for the show to come out to see where they're going with this.
We will, because I'm kind of really fucking confused.
Yeah, because I ain't got money to go buy the comics. I really don't. I wish I did, but I don't. Because I would buy all the comics just so you could sit here and read them, and we both go through them together. But we broke bitches. So so we do have that to look forward to.
Spend all our money on podcast equipment.
Yeah, but we do have that to look forward to, and can't wait to see that. Ant-Man and the Wasp, Quantumania.
Got to see it for a filler, but not really like a need to. Like, oh my god, I'm so excited. I just need to see it so I know what's going on in the next Avenger movie.
Yeah, because I've already heard from a friend of mine who is a huge comic book fan that he was just like, you're better off saving your money and just watching it at home when it comes out. Yeah, waiting
for it to come out on
Disney Plus. Shazam, I don't know if I'm excited to see that because
I'm only excited for my babies. They love Shazam.
Yeah, I will watch it for the girls, but yeah. I will not.
I'm excited for them. I'm not excited for me.
Yeah, I'm not going to go to the theater and see it.
Yeah.
The Flash, I am...
Yes, I don't care about his social life. I'm excited to see it. I'm a huge DC fan. I want to see the Flash movie. I want to see him fuck shit up. I want to go see all the Batmans. I want to see Supergirl. Like, I want to see what they do with that. I'm pretty excited.
Mm-hmm. No, yeah, I am too. And of course, Michael Keaton.
And yeah, okay. So, a lot of people who are also DC fans are worried that the Flash is going to be somebody else after this movie because of all of this personal life shit that guy's been going through. I don't know. I can't remember his name or I'd tell you. It's some weird, like, gender neutral name. But that's okay because with us delving into the multiverse, or what does DC call it?
I can't remember.
What does they call it multiverse then? Now that we're going into DC's multiverse and there are different Batmans, different actors playing different universes Batmans, we can have somebody else play the Flash now. Yeah. I mean, they've already had this Flash in the movies, in this TV series with that Flash. Like, both those Flashes have seen each other. Flash is actually one of the characters that does that the most in DC. Spider-Man's the one who does it the most in Marvel, and the Flash is the one who does it the most in DC. Yep. So, I'm fine with them choosing somebody else. I just hope they're as charismatic as this guy.
And now where you're going with that whole Flash theory, we also do have the new Spider-Man and Into the Multiverse. Yeah. The sequel. I can't wait for that to come out. That's going to... Miles Morales.
Miles Morales, yeah.
And I can't wait. I fucking absolutely love the first one. So
this like I said, we don't do a lot of research. We just kind of watch things and...
Take them for what they are.
That's a good thing. Like, we just watch things and take them for what they are. We don't do a lot of research on anything because we just like to enjoy the moment, So, with that being said, we actually have no idea what the new one's going to be about. All I know is that in the commercial, all the Spider-Man start running after him. I guess in some universes it would make sense that Spider-Man would be a bad guy.
I'm excited to see it, though. It does look really fucking good. Yeah. I cannot wait to fucking check that one out because the first one was so successful and so well put together and so revolutionary for its film style.
Yeah, it was so much so that other other places have stolen that film style already, like Puss in Boots in The Last Wish.
Really good too.
Yeah, it looked great.
Well, just the whole film itself was really good. Of like, if that was the way they were ending Puss in Boots, I was okay with it.
I think it was just a lead up to a new Shrek movie.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, I think the Puss in Boots.
Spoilers, by the way.
I think the Puss in Boots movies
Mm-hmm.
are the same thing that the Ant-Man movies are to the Marvel movies. Like, Puss in Boots is what Ant-Man is to... Okay, wait. Puss in Boots is to Shrek movies as Ant-Man is to the Avenger movies. Very important fillers. Like, the information you needed to know before they could do the next Avenger movie.
Yeah, and then we also got Dungeons and Dragons coming out.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Can't wait. I hate the fact that we have to wait another whole fucking year for Deadpool 3, but at least that's coming.
Yeah.
What else was there? There was a couple. This whole summer is just gonna be packed with some good fucking
this
films.
2023
like,
summer is coming out with some good ass movies.
Like
I'm excited.
if you really miss going to the theater,
July
and
is
shit,
gonna be a busy month. I'm telling you.
Yeah. May 5th. We've got Guardians of the Galaxy 3 coming out. Can't wait. Like, this whole summer is just going to be jam-packed with some good fucking movies to go check out. And I, for one, am going to go see a lot of them in theaters. I know I'm taking you with me.
Oh, hell yeah.
But there might be a hole in the popcorn box, but that's okay.
We can't do that no more because there's cameras all the way around the theater now. Especially ones pointed towards the audience.
Well, yeah, that's because they're trying to get their bukkake fucking...
don't say bukkake. You don't know what that means.
I don't.
Don't say that. Don't say bukkake. I will tell you what that means. That is not what it is. I trust. That is not what it is.
Even in the porn stuff, I'm uneducated. But no, man, I can't wait. I can't wait for the summer. I miss going to the theaters. I miss seeing movies and stuff. I'm still upset about seeing Avatar 2 in the theater. That was fucking bullshit.
I thought it was good. I enjoyed it.
No, the film was fine. It was the other people there that I just...
Oh, yes. Ugh. Yeah. Yeah, when we went to that movie, I was like, yep, I remember why we don't like coming to these.
I'm saying here now that if you are going to a movie theater and you...
Shut your fucking mouth and watch the movie.
Yeah, and if you're going to talk, you should be... Everybody else in the theater should be allowed to pull a scary movie scene where they beat the shit out of her and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, and
like everybody in the audience is taking turns stabbing her.
Yeah, like this is for Thelma and Louise and all this and that. Like that's how. You should. If you're gonna be that disrespectful, you should get the shit kicked out of you just for wasting our time and money. But other than that, turn your phone off. Shut the fuck up. Get lost in the story that you
paid money to see this movie, so fucking see the movie. If you wanted to talk to your friends, then go do it somewhere else. Go do it at a fucking diner or some shit.
Go to a park. Go
to a park. Go somewhere. Like, this is the last fucking public place you should be fucking talking.
Yeah.
Fuck. Sorry, it really pisses me off. I cannot handle people who talk during movies.
Maybe we should open up our own movie theater, and with every person that comes in, they get a complimentary...
ball gag.
I was going to say ball gag, but the ones that have the little hooks to hold your mouth open, so you can still stuff popcorn and stuff in there, but you can't fucking talk. Yeah.
You can still talk with your mouth open. Yeah, I would punch somebody in the face if they started doing that at the theater.
Yeah, okay, so ball gags. We'll go with ball gags.
Go.
Or everybody gets their own cattle prod, so anybody that comes in there starts talking, nah.
Yeah, and then they scream because they've got cattle prodded.
Not if you hit them in the throat. You hit them in the throat, they ain't screaming for shit.
They ain't doing nothing.
Well, thank you guys so much for joining us today on this.
I've had a wonderful time with you.
Well, it was supposed to be just really talking about movies, but we went on a tangent of fucking films.
Movies.
So
no, we stayed on topic the whole time.
Yeah, the whole time. But no, let us know what your favorite film is that they made a sequel that you didn't care for, or if the sequel was better. Let us know down below in the comments.
The sequel or the reboot? Because we talked about both.
Well, you can tell us if there is a reboot that you thought was better than the original, and we'll go from there. Because
if anybody says Aladdin, I'm gonna track you down.
Yeah, you say Aladdin, I will find you.
Like, I love Will Smith as much as the next person. Okay.
Yeah,
but He's the only good one in that whole damn movie. Oh, the guy who played Lon was okay.
Yeah, the chick that was the Pink Ranger in the Power Rangers movie that played Jasmine, fucking Jesus Christ. Too much.
Yeah, I have a problem with them making girls.
You want to be culturally appropriate? That was just too fucking much because she would have never been allowed to say goddamn thing in Saudi Arabia. So
yeah, that's
fuck
culturally
you.
appropriate.
Fuck you. All right, so I can't have a Mushu, but you can have that. But let us know down below, and if you'd like to get a little bit more elaborate with it and all that kind of stuff, and you want to kind of stay more anonymous, you can send us an email at thecallingcouplepod, pod@gmail.com, and we would love to hear from you because we'd love to hear your insights on your views of movies and things. Your
views of movies.
Yep, your views of movies and all, and we'd love to hear from you. So, but hey, if you made it this far, go ahead and give us a like. A dislike if you didn't like it. That's your choice.
But if you leave us a dislike, you have to go tell us why in the comments.
Yeah, and give us a subscribe, man. Like if you really enjoyed this content that much,
and if you didn't like it, still subscribe so that maybe you like the next one. I don't know.
Yeah, and I'm also gonna leave here at the end of this video the link to go check out our best DC heroes, of where we think of our best DC film and our favorite superhero movie and all that. You can go check that one out and tell us what you think on that too.
Yeah.
And don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you can keep up with all the new content that we got coming up because, man, we got a whole slew of shit that we're going to be doing. We haven't even gotten... Not even
every Wednesday.
We haven't even gotten a third into our first list of topics that we were going to talk about. So like we still got a shit ton of stuff to come up with.
Yep.
Other than that,
and then this motherfucker over here keeps coming up with new ones every day, and I'm just like, can we get through the first list, please?
Yeah, I know, right? Ugh.
Like, just fucking save it, man, save it. Wait. We could do that instead. This motherfucker's mine, 100 miles per hour constantly.
I will say this. What do you think? Okay, so since I bought this new equipment, the cord to Sage's microphone has been messed up, so she's been having to piggyback off of mine. That's why she's always sounded a little distant, and it sucked. But finally got some new cords, got a couple extra mics, all that kind of stuff. But what do you think now that you got your own little setup and you can actually have your...
I think I sound amazing. I'm so grateful for the new cord.
She's like,
I'm not doing it. I'm not going to do it. Nice try. Nice try.
All right, so we're going to end this out. I'm glad that you enjoy your new setup. And
I do. I feel super professional.
I was going to say, you don't sound super professional.
I never sound professional. I feel professional, though.
But
with my headphones and my fancy microphone.
I can't wait to get some of our new and older guests come back on here to do some stuff with us, and we are gonna,
oh goodness, okay, well, leave it to their imagination, would you?
To do more podcasts.
There you go. Thank you.
Jesus.
Somebody send help.
But other than that, gonna have them come back on so we can make some more content that we've already done, and we might start an OnlyFans with them too.
Oh God, please stop.
They may not be willing, but. So just stay tuned for some more content that we are going to be coming out with because it's going to be a lot of fun. We're going to have a lot more things to do. So other than that, Sage.
That's what you sounded like. I'm sorry.
Sage, do you have anything that you would like to add before we close this one out?
Kaka.
Kaka. Well, I've said what I said.
Every fucking time. Kaka. You stupid bitch. Anyways. Swear to God, you do it every time. Kaka. This okay. Well, this stupid bitch. Okay. Anyways, like I said what I said.
I said what I said, and if you're out there living life, hey, just enjoy it as much as you can, but just remember you only got one, so fuck it up, Buttercup.
No, I said what I said. Yeah. Kaka.